Hey, my name is Karen, and I'm a 16-year-old student pilot working towards her private pilot's license in Canada. I had just passed my written exam, and I have my flight test coming up, and honestly, when I started, I had no idea how to begin or what to expect. But in reality, it's just 10 steps that's standing between you and your private pilot's license in Canada. Step 1 is to get your medical first. This is really important because if something comes up and you won't be eligible to fly, it's really just a waste of money to begin flight training and all that prep. Now you can choose from a Class 1 medical or a Class 3 medical. The Class 3 is a little bit less intense and it has less requirements, and it's mostly towards private pilots. Or you can go for the Class 1 medical, which is if you see yourself flying commercial in the future, you might as well set yourself up for success and take a little bit more of like a harder test. Booking this test is pretty straightforward. Usually the Transport Canada site has an area where you can apply for one of these tests, or you can just search up came near me and some options should show up. I think the prices would range about $100 to $200. Now, after you got your medical, you should begin preparing for your student pilot permit. This is what's actually going to allow you to fly solo one day. Essentially, your student pilot permit is 2 tests. To get this, you're going to have to pass your PSTAR exam, which is essentially a multiple choice test of 50 questions with a 90% mark that you have to pass. Your ROC-A, on the other hand, is only 25 questions and you only need a 70% to pass, and it is mostly solely focused on the laws regarding radio communication. Both the PSTAR and the ROC-A have free practice tests online. My biggest advice, if you are going towards your PSTAR right now, is to do many of these practice tests and try to score over a 98 or higher to make sure that you are fully prepared, and then look over the questions that you get wrong. Now, please do not overcomplicate getting your student pilot permit. It is easier than you think it is, and personally, when I was trying to get my permit, I completely overthought it, and I thought this test would be super hard, and I thought it was super intimidating. But if I put it in comparison now, I feel like it's almost like studying for your L test for your driver's license. So as long as you know your material and you actually understand laws, you will be able to pass with flying colors. This one actually matters a little bit more than people think, but picking a proper flight school that's Transport Canada approved and suits your learning style is really important to ensure that you are successful. Now, before you begin committing to a flight school, I would really suggest you to do discovery flights at each school that you're interested in, just to get a feel of what their aircrafts are like, what their instructors are like, and what their facilities are like. You should also familiarize yourself with instructor turnovers and how often they leave flight schools, because pro tip, most instructors working at a flight school are solely there to build up their hours so that they can go fly commercial. So once they hit a certain mark, they're going to leave and they're going to go join a different company. So you might lose your instructor. Something that I feel like not enough people mention is the airspace that your airport is in is just as important as your flight school itself. This is because if you are in an extremely busy Class B airspace, you are going to spend half of your lesson taxiing around your airport, waiting for a clearance to take off, and your circuits might take a lot longer than someone else's who's in an uncontrolled airspace. My best advice for you is to find a semi-busy airport, something that will allow you to practice communication with traffic, but not one that's always traffic congested. I feel like the biggest common misconception with ground school and flight training is that one should go before the other. But in reality, both are done at the same time, and this is when the most successful students turn out. This is because ground school provides you the knowledge and the anticipation of what's going to come in your flight training, and your flight training allows you to put what you learned in ground school to use and to practice. So whether that's online, in person, or taken all by yourself, just know that however you're learning has to suit your learning styles and capabilities. I believe the biggest challenge was really understanding what I was learning at the time. Since I started studying for my PPL written at 15, lots of the concepts felt really foreign to me and really hard to grasp, so I really took my time studying for the written exam. Now this is the fun part, flight training. Your first couple lessons will be done dual with an instructor, and he or she will teach you basic maneuvers such as turns, climbing, descending, and cruise. And do not worry, flying clicks faster than you think, and you will soon be able to take off and land all by yourself. Step 6 is to pass your PSTAR and your ROC-A and get your student pilot permit. The test should go by really smoothly. It is multiple choice, and you will have a separate room to take your test in. After you got your student pilot permit and your instructor and your CFI clears you off, you will be able to go solo for the first time. Your instructor will get out of the plane and you will be all alone in there for the very first time. Trust me, the feeling is really exhilarating, and pilots are not lying when they say that you will remember this moment for the rest of your life. Now, the private pilot written exam is 100 questions containing 4 sections: meteorology, navigation, air law, and general knowledge. You are given 3 hours to take this test, and the pass mark is only 60% per section and 60% total. You're almost there. Step 9, getting all of your hours completed. Transport Canada says that you need a total of 45 hours to be eligible for the flight test. But in reality, most people go over the 50-hour mark. I'm currently on 55 and I still haven't taken my flight test yet. The final step is the Checkride. It is split into 2 parts. One section is done on the ground, where your CFI will quiz you on different things and will ask you to create a flight plan. And the second part, which is in the air, where your CFI will ask you to demonstrate your skills. This is where I'm headed right now, and I'm going to document every single moment along the way. So if you want to watch me nail it or completely bottle it, please subscribe. And that's a full roadmap, from 0 to private pilot license in Canada. Drop a comment down below if you're also working on your PPL. I'd love to know where you're at. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you guys next week.